Trolls Band Together just had an early screening. I, of course, had to go to it because I love the Trolls movies. I reviewed both of them on the channel. They're guilty pleasures for me. I love DreamWorks animated movies, so yeah, eventually want to review every DreamWorks animated movie. Maybe I'll do that next year. Is that something you guys want? Do you want me to review every single DreamWorks animated movie ever? If so, when would you like that? I uh I might start doing that next year. I do want to do the Disney animated movies and Pixar movies. Anyways, this is besides the point. Let's talk about Trolls. And you're getting an early review because they had an early screening 2 weeks earlier. One thing that sucks about this movie, though, I will say, is its distribution. I don't know why Europe got this movie super early, while the rest of us are waiting till the end of this month. Also, this movie, let's be real, I believe will make more money than Wish because it's an established brand. It's the third movie in the trilogy. It's got NSYNC got back together for this movie. It's got that cross generational appeal where Wish is like an original Disney animated movie that not a lot of kids are gonna be like. They're gonna be like, mommy and daddy are gonna be like, all right, kids, which one do you want to watch, Trolls or Wish? They're gonna say Trolls. And I feel like maybe they should have put this out in October. There weren't a lot of kids movies out in October and or September, really. And I think it would have done a lot better and not hurt Disney's new project, which I think could have used the good release dates, but unfortunately, whatever. I think that movie will do great on Disney Plus and blow up just like Encanto did, though. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't. Anyways, I want to just talk about Trolls. I do really like this movie. I do not think it's as strong as World Tour. I think World Tour had a clear, more focused narrative. This movie feels very all over the place. There are scenes that don't even make sense with things that are stated in the narrative. And mild spoilers in this review. Nothing that will ruin your experience. Most of it is pretty much in the trailers. Like, they spoiled actually quite a few plot points in the trailer. I'm not really sure why. The only thing they didn't spoil in the trailer is the villains. So, yeah, they spoiled like two of the biggest plot points in the movie, but didn't spoil the villains. Kind of weird. Um, I guess we'll just do spoilers. Why not? I don't think anyone cares. No, again, nothing will ruin your experience. But if you're like some diehard Trolls fan who's like, I can't know anything about the Trolls movies or I'm gonna kill someone, then there you had your warning. Um, this movie, like I said, is very unfocused. Like the movie starts with Brozone, which is the band that Branch, him and his brothers are a part of in the movie, and it's like his first performance, but then they later in the movie they talk about all these different phases Branch went through and stuff, and you're like, but how could he have gone through a phase when they broke up after his first performance? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, that's where I mean, like, this screenplay is all over the place. Where like there's like things that are said that don't make sense related to other things that are said. There's random things that will happen, and not in the normal random way the Trolls movies work, where there's a lot of random humor, random jokes, but a lot of it felt more out of place. Like certain characters will give arcs. I don't know. Like at first, during the movie, um, Branch and Bridget get married, which you see in the trailers. No spoiler there. Or not Branch and Bridget. Bridget and King Gristle or whatever. Basically, Poppy's Bergen friends or whatever. And they get married, and they keep coming back in the movie. You're not really sure why until this random plot point that seems random at first. Poppy's sister, but then it kind of goes into the narrative a little bit more, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. But there's just so many things like that. They're just kind of happening, and then they eventually come around, but not in a way that it felt like, oh, well, that's clearly what they were going for the whole time. You just had to be patient and wait for that to happen. No, it just felt very scattershot. I I do I do think there's a way that they could have tightened this movie to an hour 20 instead of an hour 30, because this movie did feel long. because of some of the weird plot points. The villains also, I did not like their design. I did like that this continued the theme of World Tour though, where all the different troll locations we go to, we met other types of trolls, other types of creatures, which was cool. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to see more of this the Trolls universe. I don't know if we're gonna get a fourth one. Seems like we will, based off the way some of the things at the end of this movie end. I'm a fan of these movies, so I think if you're a fan of these movies, it's a fun movie. The animation's great. It's actually better than the sequels. Also, the music's great as always, and like the brothers are fun. I mean, NSYNC coming back to be involved with all that was cool. It's a fun movie. I think if you like the Trolls movies, there's no way you're not gonna watch this movie. Like, check it out. Awesome movie, fun time. If you like the Trolls movies, that is. Otherwise, just leave it.